This is the Kappa in our story. He's one of the yokai monsters. He's a river monster, and he's similar to the puppet that they used in the previous production, but there are some big modifications that have happened, and one of them is the introduction of what we call a rear entry head, and that's very simple because we can enter in the back of the head here. Before, this was solid and he had a long rod that came down. But that allows us to do additional things like get all of this rotation that we didn't have before. We can look backwards. It also allows for him to open his mouth. This is basically modeled after a Japanese form of puppetry, which is called bunraku. It's a really ancient form of puppetry. I hesitate to, it's not bunraku, it's modeled after that. Bunraku takes years and years and years. There's a strong long tradition.
Like, it's really about, you know, the head and the right hand. Really, it's also the heartbeat, and they're there to sort of guide everyone else. And so we have to get to a point where we feel cues from each other, you know? And so if there's a breath and a pull this way, you know, then we understand the left arm needs to move this way. And so it really comes down to really feeling each other and the puppet moving and being able to take cues essentially from each other.
And the way the story works, it's about these two kids that become friends, and through their friendship and connection and collaboration across all of these miles, they conjure together these collaborative creatures. Because ultimately the story is about the difference between imagined monsters and the real dangers that exist in the world, particularly the dangers that the fathers of these two kids are facing. But